All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live from Austin, Texas, Wash Media headquarters. My name's Will DeFries in the studio with me today. David, that boy Roth.
It's a beautiful day to do some podcasting.
It's honestly a beautiful day to do anything but podcasting.
Yeah,
I would
that's
like
a
to
good
just go
point.
outside and do some stuff.
We should go do a remote show from Little Woodrow's on 6th Street.
How bummed are you?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
So Conor McGregor, the Notorious, was allegedly... He was there.
He was there. There's video.
He was in town because they're pushing that Roadhouse remake, him and Jake Gyllenhaal,
Okay.
which looks terrible. He was there watching the fight Saturday night. I can't even imagine. The line there on a Saturday, and just like how packed it gets in there, is a beating without Conor. You add him in the mix, that's unhinged.
Yeah, it's... For Conor McGregor to be at, one of our old haunts, Little Woodrow's, 6th Street. We've been to Little Woodrow's during South by. It goes from being a nice little bar to just being like kind of a club.
Mm-hmm.
I assume Proper 12 was getting poured up.
Yeah, probably so. It does kind of make you feel like, since that is a place that we used to visit fairly frequently, it does kind of make you like oh man, I put the reps in there. I should be there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was very happy to be watching it at home.
It's like how I think English soccer teams, they have like their season tickets based on attendance and stuff. So you get better tickets based on your points in your account for things.
I like that.
Like we should have points in our accounts that shoot us to the top or the front of the line for Conor McGregor being at Little Woodrow's.
We should be Little Woodrow's rewards members.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should have a premium platinum pass.
We get 7 beers in our buckets.
Yeah,
We get the 7th for free.
there should be something there because we're kind of legends there.
I have no South by plans, and I have not done anything for South by thus far.
Ooh, wow. I guess I'll hold on to my South by events for this weekend and fun recap.
Man, I was driving into work today. I've been out since Wednesday. I've got a new commute that's making life a lot easier. It's kind of freeing up my mind a little bit to start thinking about things. And I had this thought come in my mind, and I was like, oh, I was told we were going to get a rollback package into the office while I was gone. I was like, man, I'm going to roll in here, and there's just going to be like empty plastic bags. There's just going to be a bunch of like picked over stuff. And I walked in and there's just stacks upon stacks of Masters gear from Roback. Backer 20, by the way.
A lot of Azalea, a lot of good things. We bookmarked some stuff or earmarked some stuff for you. Randy's getting a little greedy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to like completely call him out.
Wait,
But
Dylan took like 5 pairs of shorts.
he did.
Yeah, I
He
believe
did take a lot
that.
of shorts.
I believe that.
He's not here today.
No,
It's
he's
just
probably
me.
trying on all his fucking shorts right now.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone when the Roback box comes in, especially Dylan for some reason.
The guy who has more Roback than anybody.
Yeah, for sure. And it's because, well, it used to get sent to his place, and I'm positive he would ordered a bunch of shipping tape from Uline or something and decided to start like taping the boxes back up.
Sounds
He
like
maybe
him.
even bought like a label printer and just started making fake labels so he could bring them in a little light.
He levies a tax upon that Roback box to get shipped to him. He puts down the Dorn tax.
At least we get half of a pizza out of it like once a quarter.
There's like a couple pizza crusts. There's a few good slices. I did Pine House last week, by the way.
Dude, I haven't played my Za card in a minute. Sally tried to play it last night and I was like, nah, too early. Too early in the week. I'm not doing Sunday Za right now.
What do you... Damn, I've got so many questions I should just save.
No, you don't have to save anything,
What-
dude.
You get back in town Saturday.
Yeah.
What is dinner? Because no one really wants to cook when they just
Oh,
get back
dude,
in
it was the most depressing thing ever. My mother-in-law was looking after the kids on that day for a little bit, and she asked if we wanted to order any Chinese food.
town.
And so there's just a bunch of Chinese food sitting there that had just been sitting there all day. And I just picked at that from about 2 o'clock when we got home until I passed out at about 11 p.m.
You just grazed?
Just grazed on Chinese food. It just
That
wasn't
sounds
it wasn't the greatest feeling thing in the world. It was not, this wasn't my mother-in-law's fault, obviously, but it was some of the most mid Chinese food you could have ever had. There was no redeeming qualities.
Okay.
I think I've become a rice snob. I think Texas is a good rice city, and so anytime that I'm having bad rice lately, it's really making me sour.
You know I'm a rice snob.
I know you are. I think you actually helped turn me into one because you have your affinity for white rice.
For me, There's just something about just a little bit of a, soy sauce splashed tastefully upon the white, steamy, sticky rice.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
just clumpy and you get it out. I don't like it when it's not sticky. It's got to be the stickiest.
Yeah. I want it to be like a little moist.
Mm-hmm.
Dry rice? No, thank you.
A little damp, Randy. You understand what I'm saying?
You said Texas is a good rice city.
Yeah.
Did you mean
okay.
Austin?
we moved on.
I was trying to figure out if you meant that the whole state was a good state.
It's a good rice
Is it a good rice state? It could be.
Austin's a
Shout out
good
to
rice city. That's what I said.
Shout out to Klein.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a good connection there.
What was Rice's record at the end of this year?
Bowl eligible.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of in a position where you accept no matter what, you know.
I believe they lost, against those T-State Bobcats
Oh, for sure. Okay.
at the First Responders Bowl. Which, by the way, to all our first responders out there, this one's for you.
I've gotten several people sending me the guy from Texas
is.
State who had the construction gloves as his batting gloves, which
It's
makes me
sick.
really happy.
More people need to do that. I'm gonna start playing like that.
It's a good bit if you're in college. Like, I guess like it depends on, who the manager is. He might not be a huge fan of you. Are they called managers in college?
Sure. Should be.
Are they?
No, actually, I don't think they are.
Just head coaches?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, we're just rugby guys now. You guys familiar with the Seattle Seawolves? Not the Seahawks, dude. The Seawolves.
That's
That's a great get. Who sent
Orcas.
us that?
Randy, you were saying they were calling you the Seawolf in college, right?
Hey.
Dude, I don't know who sent us the care package from the Seattle Seawolves, but they know that we're rugby guys now, which is cool. We got a ball. We got a nice little mug that can get some frost on it if you put it in the freezer. We even got a scarf. We got to go out there. See, this is a bummer. Now I wish Seattle won the meetup. We go to a Seawolves game.
Yeah.
They might let us do the first kick.
We did not talk about this, but I feel like when we're sitting down at the end of the year and we're looking at 2025 meetup spots, I feel like Seattle should be atop the list.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kick them a
Right.
little something.
I do like that they have the Seattle color scheme.
Dude, every single city needs to just adopt that methodology.
It's a good bit.
Pittsburgh has the best.
It's
sports
so
'cause of
good
that.
that Pittsburgh does it.
Well, now Pittsburgh's unlimited. I don't know if you've seen that news.
I love people just talking about how well Russ's personality is going to mesh in Pittsburgh.
Did you see a friend of the show, Kyle Banduho, is going micro vi with a quote
No.
tweet on Russ? Yeah,
I've not seen this.
Check him out at Kyle Banduho. I'm not going to read the tweet because I don't read another comedian's work. It wouldn't be cool.
That
It's got to
wouldn't be
hit
cool.
naturally when you read it.
You're not Amy Schumer.
No, I'm not Amy Schumes.
You're not Carlos Mencia.
Not Mind of Mencia. Love that Micah created an entire brand based upon Mind of Mencia.
Not talked about enough. Yeah, you did.
Mind?
Yes, yeah.
We're going to see him this weekend.
Yeah, we are.
It's exciting. Haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a while.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm worried he's not going to have enough Guinness for the boys when we sit down at that St. Patrick's Day party. He better
He's
have
gonna have enough Guinness.
he
for
better
the
have
boys.
1,000.
He's going to have enough Guinness.
Is he going to get a keg? Brett's got a guy.
Can you get a keg of
Yeah,
Guinness?
but you have to buy like the special tap and everything.
He won't
I
do
don't think it's worth it.
Brett might be able to get him a deal.
Yeah, it's true.
Margs? There are green drink? Are you going to get the Margs thing set up?
Something I will famously, even though Miami University had Green Beer Day, probably the most popular holiday on campus, I hate drinking green beer. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
And like after St. Patrick's Day, when the bars have leftover green beer and they're like, "We'll give you this Miller. You can have a regular Miller Lite for
Boy,
$5, or you can have this one for $1." I'm like, "No, I'll do the $5 one."
That's like 24 years old, just getting by. And it's like, yeah, I guess I'm going to go drink this leftover green beer.
I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it. I don't
Yeah.
want it. It can't be late March and you're walking around with green all over your face.
Oh my God.
What if you were walking around with amber all over your face? Happy 3/11 day. March 11th today. Whoa.
Why are you looking right at me?
I just want to let everyone know that it is 3/11.
Do you ever see them in concert, David?
No.
I've seen them once in concert.
They're still touring, and I think they're pretty good still.
I saw them in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Okay.
They went off. It was a really fun show.
311 was when I first started going to skate parks in like the mid to late 90s. 311, like this is before they were big. This is before down. They were getting played.
I love dropping into like the smallest mini ramp that we had and just absolutely falling on my face and just hearing 311 like, yeah.
Just a 6-foot drop in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Mm.
Brought my skateboard out yesterday because it was just in the way in the car and I had to move some stuff. Put it out on our patio and Fritz immediately grabbed it and just got on it. And I was
Okay.
like, you can't do that. You
Did he
need pads,
kick
little
push?
dude. The way he got on it just made me think that like he's been seeing someone skateboard. It was way too quick.
If he's gonna learn it, it's probably not a terrible idea to learn it while you're still have that low center of gravity. It's like my theory or my thought with kids learning how to ski and snowboard. Granted, falling on concrete's different than snow, but I feel like you learn it when you're tiny.
Yeah.
And you're falling less high.
Exactly.
Does that check out?
No, yeah, everything you're saying is
Physics,
factually
Randy.
correct. The science proves it.
So that's sick.
I wanted to get him a skateboard for his second birthday, and I got vetoed. So
He's scootered, right?
Yeah,
He's been on a scooter?
he's a really good at scooting.
So like,
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
He probably just got it from that.
but
Yeah, he's gonna get one for his third birthday. Shout out 420.
Major shouts.
what's a bigger day, 420 or 311 day?
Probably 420.
I mean, okay,
We got a big episode today.
very big.
I'm very excited about some of our talking points today. We have two just major players right now. But before we do that, join us beyond the paywall, patreon.com/circling back podcast. We got a Tuesday episode for you. We got listener voicemails dropping every Thursday. If you want to leave one, 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422. Bit Madness is also upon us. If you go to our Reddit page, reddit.com/circling back, you'll see that there's a place where you can go help out with the seating. Go help us out. We'll be doing Bit Madness when March Madness starts. Go do it. Wash.substack.com for your weekly newsletter. YouTube.com/circling back. We are so back on there.
Join the premium, the premiere. Join the premiere.
Oh, yeah.
We had like a couple people in there in the chat. It was kind of fun.
I'm gonna force us just to start doing live episodes and just have an actual like lobby. I want to get in the lobby, dude.
Love that.
Hey, before we get into this weekend in fun, though, and recapping it, let's hear from our friends over at Muggsy. They make the most comfortable jeans, chinos, shorts, and joggers ever. Made from buttery, soft, patented stretch materials that look stylish but are insanely comfortable. They're never too baggy, never too tight. They're frankly the best thing to happen to legs since chairs. Never in human history have legs been so spoiled by pure softness and comfort while looking so damn good. They've got one mission in life: to give every guy the confidence to walk blindly into their closet, reach out, and know whatever they pick will have them looking good and feeling even better. The other day, Randy was in here wearing a corduroy shirt. I wasn't anticipating him saying it was from Muggsy. He hit me with that, and I was like, damn, that's nice. And then I realized that I had a different color of this in my closet right now. I can't wait to bust this out. Unfortunately, it got hot the second I got my corduroy shirt in.
Yeah, same thing happened to me, but I got corduroy shorts
Mhm.
from Muggsy,
That's a swag move.
and they're fantastic. But I did wear my Muggsy jeans.
Were they the Cool Max denim that are like air conditioners for your legs?
I wore them out, and those are the ones to the rock and roll show Friday.
Did you meet any girls at the rock show?
You know how many chicks I talked to Friday?
Probably like 0.
One, and she was a waitress at dinner.
Nice.
She was very nice, though. Shout out to her.
Well, I'm excited to hear where dinner's from. But first of all, head over to Muggsy.com and get 10% off using code STEAM. That's 10% off some of the most premium jeans, chinos, swimwear, and shorts on the internet. They also offer free shipping and returns, so there's absolutely no risk in giving them a try. Go from the backyard to the barbecue in one swift motion all summer long. And if you're in Chicago, Boston, or DC, or Austin, Texas, make sure to head down and check out their storefront as well. Easy vibes every time. You can even enjoy a beer while you shop, which, yes, I have done that at the Austin, Texas location. Dave, what'd you get into this weekend?
Let's start it off with Friday evening. I got invited to go to a rock and roll concert. The headliner is a band called Fall Out Boy.
Wow.
The band that opened up for them is a band called Jimmy Eat World. And the two bands that opened up prior, I don't know who they were. We didn't make it for them.
You saw Jimmy Eat World.
We saw about half-ish of Jimmy Eat World.
Okay.
Dinner went long. Not going to call anybody out, but somebody was still at their home significantly far away when we sat down at dinner. Shout out to Blaine and Ryan, actually. Friends of the show. Friends of the business. We decided to do Zoe Tong.
Okay.
You familiar?
Yeah.
It's the new...
I've not eaten there.
It's the new Chinese ish restaurant on Barton Springs next to Lou's.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, it kind of brings the rich culinary tradition of China with vibrant flavors to the heart of Texas.
Dude, that's what I've heard. That's exactly what I've heard about them.
Yeah.
How
That's
is the ri-
amazing.
how is the rice? I know that Austin's a good.
Oh
rice
yeah, it's a
city.
good question.
Well, the fried rice is cooked in duck fat.
Wow. El
Which-
Pato.
Oh my. And also you get some sliced up sausage in there. Little, just a little bit of a new twist on an old fave. Right?
I'll ask the
Right?
question. Do they have any
Understand.
lunch specials that we need to be thinking about every once in a
I
while?
think they open at 4.
That's
think they're
terrible.
late.
Come
Yeah,
So
on.
I wanted to go with you
know.
the other day,
Come on.
yeah.
I would have loved a $12 lunch special from there.
Yeah, it would have gone hard. They're kind of reimagining the traditional Chinese dish that Chef Simone grew up with in China and Singapore, for that matter.
Am I crazy for thinking that the head chef's name was going to be Zoe Tong?
Yeah,
Like I
no.
truly thought that there was going to be some famous chef from a show, and her name was Zoe Tong, and she had this fire restaurant, and then I found out that it was not that.
No, it's Simone.
Okay, shout out to Simone and her family.
That's all I can give you. No, the menu's great. Like, look, we did the thing that most people aren't doing. Most people aren't eating ribs before going to the rock show, but
That's
we
fair.
did. We did some table ribs, some ribs for the boys, and then we did.
Would they fall off the bone for Fallout Boy?
They kind of were. They were
It's good.
competition-esque. They were quite good. And by the time we got out of there, we went to the Mood. We had to go bless the Mood. you
Yeah, I was going to
understand?
say.
And
How many $23 IPAs did you drink?
so where we were guests of someone who had a suite.
That's the way to go. If you could
So-
ever just be a guest of someone with the suite,
$0.
Yeah, you
It's
take
kind of a really dope thing.
that's wonderful because
Shout out to
yeah,
Mike.
the tall boys there are a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, you know what wasn't was just the unending Lalo tequila bottles.
Ah,
in
yes.
in the suite. So I was having a tasteful amount of tequila sodas as I watched Jimmy Eat World. Big L for the crew. We miss sweetness.
That's tough.
Ooh.
That's a real tough one.
I saw them open for Blink 182 in Detroit one time, and
Yeah.
it was right at peak Jimmy Eat World. It was truly an
So
experience.
this is like 2001, 2002.
yeah, it was really really good.
They were a big player in high school
Mhm.
when that album dropped.
Some kids got roasted in high school for liking them, and I rode for them. I was like, no, we're good. We're good. Dylan would hate them.
Yeah, he really would.
He's the ops.
What's that album? Oh, Bleed American.
Mhm.
So got to see most of the songs from that you would know. They closed with The Middle, of course, redone by Ariana Grande, famously.
Mhm.
But all in all, what?
What, Randy?
You think you're funny
Yeah,
over
do
there?
you just want to interrupt the show?
Oh,
It's the Randy
show.
hour. It's the Randy hour. Everyone enjoy.
It's Maren Morris.
Do you have any Bitcoin updates for us, Randy?
Maren Morris didn't play. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Why would Maren Morris be on a bill with Jimmy Eat World
I like
and
her.
Fallout Boy and 311?
I like her a lot. Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm sorry.
I don't know,
Can we
dude.
just start the whole show over?
Yeah, the vibes just totally got off.
Jesus, the vibe guard. Normally the vibe guard's guarding the vibe.
What's your problem, dude?
Hey, great show. Then Fallout Boy.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Look,
like I know you're not like a true Fallout Boy guy.
I'm not. But like, I respect them as a band enough to like, if I get offered a ticket to go to a show, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have had I been in town and that offer had been there for me. I would have definitely said yes.
You would have had fun. It was a good show. I did not appreciate the lead singer. What's the lead singer's name, Randy?
Patrick Stump. I think I'm so it's close.
Oh yeah. I think it's Patrick Stump.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
P Stumps.
Yeah, P Stumps.
I didn't realize and appreciate his vocal range. I knew he could do some weird stuff, but he's all over the place. He's got a very, very soulful voice.
Is Rose watching the mini Spider-Man show?
He did not do that song.
Damn.
And I was pretty
Damn, how do you not do the Spider-Man song?
We were all ready for it. Like we all had our phones ready because we all have kids. We're like,
Yeah.
well, they're all into Spider-Man. So didn't do the song. Did do Sugar. Third song.
Sugar.
Yep.
sweet.
Thought that was a little soon in the set.
They did a cover of a Maroon 5 song. That's great.
That's good. It's good. Maroon 5's popular. Might need to see the booty.
Do you want me to say Sugar, we're going down?
No, just what Will was doing.
Meet him in the club. Yeah. So they did that third song, and when that went, I was like, it's kind of.
Really hoping there's some songs that I didn't know they had in their arsenal that'll pop up a little later.
And to be fair, they do. They had probably 5 that I was familiar with enough to where I'm like, okay, this sounds really good.
I don't want this to sound like I'm downplaying Fall Out Boy, but I feel like they have enough songs and commercials that I could eventually be like, oh yeah, I know this one. Let's go.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And also they had that one. I think Dance Dance was like the big song on Madden back in the day.
They're very big for like NFL or NBA or NHL doing like the little we're about to leave to the commercial break.
Most of their songs sound like they're written for some like grandiose event.
Yeah, I get it.
Which normally isn't good, but it's not something I would drive around listening to a bunch of. What are you noticing? Did you notice?
I forgot. No, I forgot that I put the mug up behind you for the Seattle Seawolves, as well as the watch from our man Ricky Prosper that's going to be dropping on the TL.
Hold on, Randy. Here's your thumb.
It's good. It's good, dude. Screenshot that. Screenshot that.
So yes, they look. They were good. People were loving it. A lot of pyrotechnics.
Good.
A lot of pyrotech. Pete Wentz, noted bass player.
Yeah.
His bass guitar at times shot flames out of the
that's sick.
The top of it.
Imagine the day when he like requested that.
I was wondering.
Like you walk up to the crew and you're like, so can we put flames in my bass? It's like, dude, when Pete asks, you gotta make it work.
I mean, he's a little. So, what do you know about Pete Wentz?
Not much. I know what he looks like. Like if I saw him out, I think I would be able to say like, oh, that's Pete Wentz. But I don't know that much about him.
I know he's a Cubs fan.
He's an Ashley Simpson husband, right?
Yeah, linked to Ashley Simpson. They were married. Are they still married?
I don't know. I liked Ashley Simpson. I stand for her.
Okay, that's interesting.
I thought it was rude how she was treated after the SNL performance.
Well, it was.
I don't think it was her choice. I don't think it was her choice.
Maybe not. He likes to stop down the show, and as someone who stops down a show from time to time, I can't really hate, but he's very stop down the show, and he's going to talk to the crowd and like thank everyone, and then overthank them for choosing to spend their evening. And then he does this thing in one of the songs where he like disappears from the stage. You're like, oh fuck, where's the bass player? Where's Pete Wentz? How are we going to continue with the show? Oh, I don't know. He's on a platform. In the middle of like the floor that's going to just slowly raise up into the air, probably like 20 feet. And he's going to continue playing bass throughout the song. Then it's going to go back down. Then he's going to walk back to the stage.
It's the Pete Wentz show.
It's like, okay. What's the rest of the band thinking? I don't know. All in all, A+. It was fun.
That sounds fun.
It was a good time. And it's South by. So, just like the town, like the energy in the town is just palpable. It's like, Randy, I don't know how much you got out this week, but it was different.
It was like there was like a buzz in the air,
Yeah, so you felt it too.
Oh, I felt it. It was like, wow,
you never know.
This is South by.
You might turn like one corner and it's like, hey, there's a guy taking a crap in an alley, and you might turn another and say, oh, there's Prince Harry.
Oh, there's Sydney Sweeney for her new Netflix movie. Whoa,
there's Randy not checking out Sydney Sweeney because he's not attracted to her.
Yeah. That's Randy saying that he saw a girl once who was better looking than her.
Oh, this guy's different.
No, dude. I saw a girl one time that was hotter than her.
Yeah, the girl at the airport back in 2019.
Dude, she was way hotter than Sydney Sweeney is, dude. She's not that hot.
Yeah.
And I still got the weekend. Saturday went to got up Meanwhile Brewing.
Familiar. Fan.
First time we've been there.
It gets if a backer reaches out about doing something like and they want to go to a brewery, Meanwhile's a great choice.
So before noon, probably before 11, it's all families.
Oh yeah.
And
I like that you're drinking beers before 11.
Coffee and beers, breakfast tacos.
That's what's
it's
up.
freaking Holy Trinity, dude.
Oh,
that's
from Austin, Texas, right there.
No freaking scaries here, dude.
Dude, it's fucking epic.
So yeah, we did that. Brought the kid. You don't really fully appreciate the energy of a toddler until you get him out on like a big playground and there's like a rope ladder that he wants to climb. And by climb, it's mainly you just like testing the limits of your already hurt shoulder by just holding him and making sure he doesn't eat it.
And you went full send the night before at FOB.
Yeah, but I kind of minimized the amount of booze intake with. I kind of shout out to Early Bird. That's all I'm going to say.
You didn't fist pump a lot for your All Boy?
I was more of a head head bobber.
Hey, speaking of your
Pause.
son, saw on your wife's Instagram story, he's stealing valor. What's up with that?
Yeah, his big.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh, tough.
his
Tough.
grandma and grandpa got him a little firefighter thing. He said he wants to be a firefighter, and I told him that sounds great because this show we support our first responders.
Mhm.
We really do.
You do allow at least one first responder a bunch of liquid IV.
That's true. Shout out to your roommate. Meanwhile, met up with friend of the show, friend of Wash Media, intern of Wash Media, Landry. Luka
Shout out Landry.
Doncic. We went and met up with them at Bolden Acres. Who showed up? Dylan was there.
He's Twitter famous.
He's Twitter famous. Some other Twitter notables who I don't know if they want name drop because I don't know if
Nah.
they want to be associated with us.
Just drop him, dude.
FSU Malls,
Twitter famous.
Twitter famous, just noted Twitter personality. And
She's
then,
the only other person I know who watched Love Island Australia. Most recent season besides me.
and
It was a terrible season.
not a good season.
It's very dramatic.
Did you complete it?
It's a very messy season.
That sounds good though, but not in a good way. Like not good, messy.
It was probably the most toxically masculine season of all time. The gaslighting in hindsight was maybe tough to look back on for some of the girls that were in this villa.
Okay,
Who were probably like, "Oh, he told me this and this never happened."
just alpha
Wait,
Australian dudes.
The reason I'm with him is because he told me that this guy did this, and now
Right.
that I'm watching the tape, I don't think that ever actually happened.
Sometimes you got to get on a reality show and lie.
Dude, one of the guys just straight up said he lied. He just lied to this girl about what happened. He just goes, "Yeah, I'm kind of a snake in the grass sometimes."
Okay, well she had. You know what? He told her. He gave her some hints.
Just imagine admitting that on national television. Yeah, no, I'm sorry I did it. Sometimes I'm a little bit
Sometimes.
snaky in the grass.
Sometimes I move like snakes.
Mhm.
Okay, killer. And then Brett rolled in. Brett and friend of the show Gordo. A lot of friend of the shows on my
It's a
weekend.
big GFOP weekend.
They'd been drinking since 10. They went to Kelly's to watch a rugby match. Will
I forced Brett to go. I was like, Brett, you have to go.
he wore his rugby shirt?
Which one? He's got like 60.
Rugby. What do you call it? You call it a rugby polo? Is that accurate? No,
I think it's just called a rugby.
he wore his rugby.
I think you just say you wore a rugby.
I'm a big poser. I don't know. But that was a blast. Had a good time. Had some drinks. And then I went home and that was it. Saved maybe one trip to HEB to go pick up a brisket, which I did smock
How'd it go?
Sunday.
How'd that ring look?
It was fine.
You know I like that smoke ring.
Yesterday was for the brisket and it was fine.
Okay.
I kind of panicked during the stall when it just was sitting at like 185.
I thought you saw Fall Out Boy not panic in the stall.
Panic
good.
in the stall is what happens when you walk in on Dylan.
That's
It's Rhea time.
okay.
What about you? Your
Okay.
weekend was cooler than mine.
Yeah, we left town on Wednesday and went down to Mexico. It was a very nice little vacation. Had a great time. Just ate some seafood on the beach, chilled, just kind of, sat on the beach and people watched a lot.
What was your best meal?
Let me think. We had a really good steak the first night.
Any salads you want to talk about?
Actually, I did have a life-changing salad. I had never tasted some of the flavors in it before, and it was just incredible, but I have no clue what was in that salad, and I don't think it'll ever be recreated.
Doesn't sound like.
I had a really good shrimp taco, which is not something I usually go after. It was almost like an asadero taco
Mhm.
from Matt's El Rancho, where they melt the cheese on the tortilla,
Oh yeah.
and it was so good. It also hit different when you got your toes in the water and your ass in the sand. On the final day of the trip, I decided to do something. You guys familiar with Temezcal?
Very familiar.
Not talking about the drink, my friends. I'm talking
Not
about
familiar at all.
talking about the Mexican sweat lodge.
Ah.
I stayed at a resort a few years ago that had a sweat lodge, but they didn't have their shaman on staff at the time, so I couldn't hop in.
All right. Hold on. All right.
I said what I
A
said.
shaman on staff.
They
at
didn't have the
hotel.
shaman, so the lodge was shut down for the time being. It was during COVID.
It's the shaman's off day.
And so the shaman was not there. And so I've always wanted to do it because I was like, this seems very like Sunday Scaries adjacent. I feel like I
I
need
would totally be in on this.
I need to have this experience in my life. And so they already have like a really good spa at this resort. And the spa you could use free access to the cold plunge, steam room, sauna, and hot tub at all times. You could just walk in and do it. But I was like, I have to do this ceremony. And we show up. I meet the shaman. She's an extremely nice woman who looks very shamany. She was getting like a fit off. Kind of looked like she could show up at a Dead & Co show and be totally fine.
Hell yeah.
So they bless us by we had to say our names 3 times calmly. Will, Will. She hit me with that sage, started brushing me up.
Oh yeah, I get the vibes right.
So and then meanwhile, there's a dude who is working the fire, and there's a bunch of rocks in the fire, and so they're just heating those up to like atomic levels. So we go into the thing, to the sweat lodge, and it's me, Sally, and the shaman, and she starts explaining the history behind it, the reason that they do it, the reason it's shaped like this, like all these things.
Can I interrupt? Is this a Mayan ritual? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do think there's a lot of Mayan culture down there.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's directly tied to them or not.
All right.
And so we're sitting in there. The shaman's fully clothed. She's built absolutely different. I'm in my swimsuit. Sally's in her swimsuit, and I'm dumping sweat as they're loading the rocks into this sweat lodge.
Okay.
So she's going through all the things. Like there's a lot of history behind it that has to do with generations before you, grandmothers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You start singing a song, which, to be fair, I don't like singing in public. I don't like when other people sing. But it was pitch black in there. You're steaming hot. You got a shaman singing with you. It's hard not to join in.
Yeah.
So I started joining in, felt a little peace. You have to make some proclamations about stuff. But about 40 minutes in, they start re-racking the rocks.
So this is going longer than I thought.
Yeah. It's long.
Okay.
And we did a modified version. Apparently, usually you go a couple hours. We were going about 45 minutes. But they start loading in more rocks, and they start dumping more water on the rocks. And at this point, I start counting the cocktails I had the day before.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm probably way more dehydrated than I gave myself credit for walking into this sweat lodge. And then suddenly, I can't feel my hands. My hands are tingling so bad that like I can't really feel anything. And the ends of my fingers are like essentially I can't move them. Like I can't bend my fingers anymore.
I don't like this.
Sally hears me like I must have like started breathing really hard or something, and she goes, "Hey, Will, are you okay?" And I finally just go, "I don't think I am. I think I might need to be removed from this lodge." And the shaman reached over and she asked me what was wrong. I told her I couldn't move my hands and all my extremities were tingling to the point where I wasn't sure if I could even walk and stand up out of it. She grabs my hand and starts singing to me, and I'm like, "Okay."
Hell yeah.
It made me feel 1,000 times better.
She breathed life back into you.
So we finish out the ceremony. I'm holding the hand of the shaman the entire time. We finish out the ceremony, and she asked, like, "Are you going to be able to leave?" And I said, I honestly don't know. Is it okay if I crawl out? I have to, there's no way that I can stand up straight right now because I will fall over, and I could fall on these like piping hot rocks that have been sitting here for the last hour.
Right.
I get out and like I stand up. I have like the biggest rush of blood to my head I've ever had before, and I'm positive I'm going to pass out. Like
Okay.
there's never been a time in my life where I'm like more positive that I'm going to fall over and like need to get airlifted back to the United States.
Oh no.
The dude who's been loading the rocks the entire time comes up to me and he shakes my hand. And he says, "Congratulations, you made it. You made it through." Like, and that was like validating to me. I was like, okay, this guy's gassing me up a little bit. He probably knows I'm struggling pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
I immediately hop under a cold shower and like try to get my blood flowing. And I'm like moving. I'm like trying to move my hands as much as I can. My hands tingled for about an hour after.
What is the tingling?
They said all the blood had gone to my core and escaped my extremities just because of my body's reaction to it. And they think that's what was happening. I didn't feel right for so long, but I really want to do it again. Like, I really want to go do another one of these.
So I was going to ask, like, afterward, did you get like the bump? Like, did you feel like
I
did you
felt
get
really
rush
good the rest of the day.
endorphins?
Like I did. I felt pretty relaxed the rest of the day. I'd truly never been that sweaty before. My back was up against the tiles on the seat, and
That's saying a lot because you're a sweat boy.
I'm a sweat boy. I've truly never experienced anything like that. It was a wild experience.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would absolutely love to try.
I just started pounding. I went to the spa after where they had like, like hibiscus water and stuff, and I just started just chugging it.
Okay. Our show here. Do you want to maybe recreate the song? I'll give you the floor.
Okay, I can do that, but I don't remember part of it.
Okay.
At one point, you're just saying, "Abuelitas, abuelitas." I thought the rest would come to me, but we were just hollering at our old grandmas.
I mean, that kind of slaps.
Abuelitas. I was just saying that all around the property the rest of the day.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I kind of shut it down the rest of the day on the drinking front until dinner time. I was like, I don't think it's smart for me to put any alcohol in my system right now.
Is this a kind of your gateway into ayahuasca ceremony?
Dude, it had we not been at a resort and this was just something I signed up for, I feel like when we got there, they would have been like, if you guys want to, pay a little extra, we can do an ayahuasca ceremony.
We could do some dabs.
It was cool though. It was a fun experience. I would do it again, but like I would definitely not drink the night before as hard as I did, and I would definitely overhydrate that morning.
Okay. Dang. Did you see any do you have any kind of visions?
It's so pitch black in there that you almost feel like your eyes are just completely closed.
Okay.
And so like you're just kind of it's like almost it feels a little sensory deprivational when you're like not seeing anything at that level, but you're also so close that like you can hear motions and stuff like that. So you don't feel like you're just totally out
I was
there.
hoping you had like a moment where you turned into Valerio.
It's possible I could have.
You were just chilling in the New Orleans Zoo and you got out of your pen and you just went on a rampage.
It's possible I could have.
Okay.
I could have gone on a rampage had I not been so dehydrated after.
That's sick. Was that the highlight of your trip?
Yeah, it was probably the most exciting thing that happened to me on the trip. I did watch Anyone But You on the flight. What a movie. Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney, they should have gotten dual Best Actor awards.
Really?
Just incredible stuff.
So you liked it?
This movie has gotten criticism from people for being poorly acted and cheesy and not that great. I think for what it is, it's just a stock rom-com. Like it's exactly what you need out of a rom-com. You need two hot leads, you need a picturesque place, you need a storyline that's a little ridiculous, but you can buy into it, and you need them to just be doing hot people things. Like it was just an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I need an Oscar-worthy performance in my rom-com.
You don't. It was a great watch. It's a great plane watch.
Did y'all watch it together?
No, she'd already seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Sally.
Well, it looked lit. The trip looked lit.
It was nice. It was fun to do that. I didn't get to play any golf, and that was devastating.
Who had the long cold plunge? Or both of you?
Dude, I hit over 5 minutes. It wasn't the coldest cold plunge I've ever been in. Like what's a normal cold plunge temperature?
Low 50s,
yeah,
high
like
40s.
So I feel like most of the time for me it's like 58. Like
Okay.
I usually feel like people say 58. This was like in the low 60s. And
Okay.
so I more got used to it than anything. I probably could have stayed in there for 10 minutes if I really actually wanted to, because it wasn't the coldest cold plunge.
Nice.
I was one of the younger people using the cold plunge, and I think that was maybe intentional.
Was it a community cold plunge?
It was.
Interesting.
I outlasted anyone. I wasn't going to let anyone in that fucking place go longer than me.
Cut
It just
from a
simply
different
wasn't
cloth.
happening.
This guy.
People are probably wondering, like, man, once you were in that sweat lodge, it was probably nice to get out of that like round space.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you wanted to slide into a square space.
Right. Yeah.
And weirdly enough, today's podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. They're built absolutely different. We use Squarespace to host our Wash Media website. You can go there right now, washmedia.com, check out everything. What you'll see there is we've embedded our episodes there. You can run a store through there. You can run a blog through there. You can send emails through there. You can do anything through there. It's an amazing thing. You got templates you can log in. You can just mess around with them. You can use the colors from your branding and just make everything look so professional without having to learn a single ounce of coding. But like I said, you can collect emails. You can send emails to your customers. You can just really build your business and look like a legit business while you're at it.
And people like me, myself, not the most tech savvy, I'm able to do it. I can navigate this stuff.
It's way easier than anything we did at our old jobs at Grand X, and it
Easy.
makes it simple for anybody to just do that. It's just a great service. I've been using it for a decade now, and I love it, and I do have no plans of getting off of it. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/steam to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Yes, that's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain, squarespace.com/steam.
Jingle bells, bells.
Wrong drop. I got too excited for what's happening right now.
You just let it run. Oh, okay. I thought it was about to be bottle night.
Dude, missing Bottle Night was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
Do you know what a bottle night is?
Probably not.
Because, me and my girlfriend invented it during the 2023 blizzard in Buffalo, New York. Yeah, I was bummed you weren't here for that.
Bottle Night was Sorry.
Oh no.
You
Sorry.
okay?
I was taking a hit.
Bottle night, dude.
Mhm.
Somebody had a bad bottle night. Got
Yeah.
a little too real.
Have you guys ever heard of bong night? Probably
Okay.
not, because my wife and I invented it on 311.
That's good. You gotta
Um,
lock your phones away though, and turn the TV off.
When you hear that music, you know we're about to get a little touching base. It's time to talk a little conspiracy stuff. We talked about Kate Middleton either last week or the week before, and the information that's come out regarding Kate Middleton ever since is quite jarring and absolutely insane in my opinion.
Yeah, if there's a book written about how to fuel a conspiracy, this would be like chapter 1.
The royal family could not be messier than they are right now. I don't know what they're doing. They got their son working for Spotify and shit in LA. Like, we got Prince William. Have you seen the photo of Prince William that's gone like crazy lately where he's just making all those girls cringe?
Yeah, our girl from
Yeah.
the Bear.
You mean him doing his best Borat impression?
Dude, it's such a bad photo.
What's he
Like,
doing?
I don't know. And then and now so it's been reported that like Kate Middleton hasn't been seen since Christmas time. And she got like a pancreatic surgery allegedly. And so there's all these theories and there's people that are like, don't worry about it. She's just recovering from this. I mean, Carlos Sainz just had his pancreas removed. I think he got it removed. He got something removed and was walking around the race. He wasn't walking very great. But people were like, man, Kate's got to be watching this feeling just weak.
Did he race?
No. The guy that replaced him actually did pretty well. He got like 7th, I think.
Oh, controversy.
But because we hadn't seen any photos last week, a photo was released by paparazzi of a car driving that claimed to be her. Well, it's a weird photo. It's grainy as fuck. In my opinion, you don't get that kind of grain from a paparazzi camera. Like that grain alone, that's the new photo, Randy. So that's the photo that dropped today. The old photo, we don't have that up on the screen. Honestly, it's so grainy that
I saw it.
it looks like they put the grain effect from Photoshop over the photo. It's just that bad.
That's weird.
And so that was a little weird. It also was a little weird that after all these people started like questioning it, that this photo just magically appeared. But then over the weekend, obviously she posted a new photo with her 3 children for Mother's Day. Did you get confused when you saw Mother's Day on this?
Yeah.
Apparently it's a different day over there.
Somebody in their Oscar speech shouted out the mothers
Okay.
on Mother's Day last night. And I was like, oh,
okay.
That's when I put it together.
Well, it's been brought up that there's been several errors in this photo. Randy, do you have the one with all the errors circled on it?
Yeah. Let me just put this in.
So I'm not going to act like I'm the greatest Photoshop user of all time, but I will say that I've been using Photoshop almost every single day in my work since high school. Like I've literally had a job that's required Photoshop since September of 2005. And the errors in this photo are absolutely egregious. Whether it's the weirdness around Kate's boots, whether it's the hair that doesn't connect to other pieces of hair, the arm that's out of place, the random patterns between the arms. It's just all very weird. The kids all have their fingers crossed. That's giving AI. The windows in the background have all been severely edited and not well.
Yeah, that I didn't even see that one.
That's really bad.
Like it's all just really, really weird. It's just the sloppiest Photoshop work you could ever do.
And I don't know if this is AI, but like the kids' expressions are very AI
They are.
expressions.
They really, really are. And like to put this photo out and no wedding ring on her, to put this photo out as like the first thing to put out after all these conspiracies are being fueled is just honestly reckless.
Yeah, you would think a person of their stature would have access to a better Photoshop person.
I tweeted it last night, but like sorority, you could pick any sorority girl and be like, hey, can you edit this photo and make sure there's no errors in it? And like most of them are going to be able to do a much better job than anything here.
Yeah, this is any intern, social media intern can do this.
Well, hours after it was released, they started, and it was widely, distributed. Several large publications or just, I guess, news entities started pulling back and being like, yeah, we're not distributing this photo anymore. It's clearly been altered. Like, it's not a good look for the palace when, like, the AP is being like, yeah, we're not going to use this photo because it's weird as fuck.
So that was their call?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they've made a statement on it saying that Prince William took this photo and apparently he likes to dabble in photo editing.
That's A
That's
terrible
not a thing.
Insane!
That's not
Like,
a thing.
You think Prince William's sitting there on his fucking MacBook Pro, like toying around with the raw images that he got? It's just not true. There's no way.
I can't imagine there's anything that actually required edit. Maybe like if they want to keep their location, maybe you edit out like the stuff in the windows back there.
Fair.
That might make sense, but the little things with the kids, that's just very weird. It's
Like-
weird to Photoshop your kid.
Like the pattern on the sweater changes on his arm, on one of the kid's arms versus the chest of the sweater. That doesn't really
Yeah.
make sense because most sweaters wouldn't do that. There's now been a TikTok that's gone viral this morning that it happened too close to recording time to get it. But there's now this TikTok that's gone viral that is showing a bunch of photos of Kate and the daughter wearing these outfits that they're wearing at an event in November 2023. And so now they're guessing that these were pieced together using that.
Dude.
And so like, it's just weird. Even like the daughter's arm looks completely photoshopped on, which if you want to Photoshop, like what is the benefit of photoshopping a kid's arm in a different position for a photo that's taken by the dad? If it was a professional photographer, like I'd understand like, hey, this arm's blocking all of Kate. Can we move it? But like, why would Will be the one to go through and do that?
Yeah, if my goal were to like fuel rumors, throw fuel on the fire, if you will, and get people to talk about this and not something else, this is exactly what I would do. Because anyone with a basic understanding of photo editing is going to notice these. And they know it's going to dominate the news cycle online for like the next 2 days.
They made their statement and now we're just at a standstill. But this morning, again, right before we recorded, like minutes before, it came out that they were photographed leaving some palace together. And it's a photo of William and Kate in a car and her face is completely turned to the other side. Apparently the British press had said that they weren't going to release any photos while she was in recovery. And now they're just releasing a bunch of photos, which people are like, okay, this feels like the royal family is just telling them like, hey, release photos to take this heat off of us. I don't even know what theories are out there at this point. Like the BBL theory was funny and stuff, but
She's
now
sitting down.
yeah, so people were worried that, yeah, maybe they're just covering the BBL.
Maybe.
They had to edit that ass out.
Yeah, this is bizarre. Like, and I typically don't really care about this stuff, but now I'm like, you add this to it and you're getting a casual like myself. You're getting me in the door.
What if I told you that an article from March 1st, 2024 reads that Thomas Kingston, the husband of Prince Michael of Kent's daughter, Lady Gabriella Windsor, and the ex-boyfriend of Pippa Middleton, Kate's sister, died from a traumatic head wound and a gun was found close to his body, an inquest was told Friday. The 45-year-old financier, whose shocking death was announced by Buckingham Palace, was found dead on Sunday at an outbuilding at his parents' country mansion in the scenic Cotswolds region of England. I hope there's nothing foul at play here, but given everything that's going on, having people die in traumatic ways this close to the royal family is a little concerning. It's like that just raises like another flag on the deep conspiracy side of things. I think they're getting divorced. I think they're separating and they're trying to cover up and they're trying to like just get away from it.
I know, like, why draw it out like this? Why make it so weird?
Because he's going to be king soon.
Great point.
This shows instability. Like he's so like with Prince Charles getting cancer and them announcing it, like that feels very real and like concerning. Like you can't have a king who's about to get divorced like assume the throne. That's a bad look.
Has that happened before?
I don't know. I mean, the only other I think like part of the reason the Diana and Charles divorce was such a big deal was just because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, this is quite messy. I
What,
feel
Randy?
bad.
Hey, well, casual American here. What instability? What does the monarchy actually do anything for England? Like, what is the point? Because they have a prime minister and stuff. I just don't understand what the royal family's point in
Randy,
England is anymore.
follow the money. Okay,
Follow the money.
you understand?
No.
The queen or king meets with the prime minister regularly. I'm sure they have some influence on policies and things like that. But I think more than anything, the royal family is just like a figurehead to make people feel warm and cozy when politics are happening underneath it.
You think there's a new Epstein thing about to drop?
I wouldn't be
A
surprised.
little distraction.
Yeah, is Prince Andrew just like, whew? Are they protecting Prince Andrew by like throwing her under the bus right now?
Seems like something they might do.
They have such a bad track record when it comes to conspiracies about them that at this point, I'm starting to believe all of them.
Damn, now you're going to make me go into a freaking Thomas Kingston wormhole.
It's not good.
God bless.
See, I haven't gone deep enough down that wormhole, but I've just seen people mentioning that, like, hey, open your eyes. This is what's happening. But anytime you see someone in an Instagram comment say, open your eyes, you should probably just stop reading.
You check their, they're a bot. It's giving bot. There's a lot of bot to this. Harry and Meghan were seen at Soho House in Austin.
And apparently La Barbecue.
And La Barbecue, great spot.
Yeah.
Great barbecue.
Yeah.
That's top 2 for me in Austin.
Dude, Dave, I said it at a group dinner with our wives one time that I think we're going to hang out with Prince Harry one day. And it's everything that's happened since I said that. He was Prince there with no controversy around him at all. I just had a hunch. Ever since I said that, his life is getting worse and worse and worse. Then it's going to coincide with our life at some point.
At least he's not dealing with this shit.
Dude, right?
This sucks.
He's looking good right now. Like, I mean, he's not looking great, but he's looking good right now that he's not involved in any of this and that he's actually like taking a stand against a lot of stuff that's happened.
I do like the idea that William was doing the Borat voice for those women. And
dude.
They're just like, come on.
He's like, I've seen A.O. Debris sometime in like The Bear.
Yeah.
I watched The Bear. Roar!
My wife. Me wife.
They're like, where's your wife? And he's like, my wife.
And nobody knows.
Yeah, we don't
Nobody
know.
knows.
Yep. She's gone.
What if he asked them to hand over all their trinkets?
Has the Orange Man chimed in on this? Can you check, Randy? Go to your Truth Social
Dude,
account.
the Orange Man's Instagram after the State of the Union, unbelievable work from him. That dude is born to post online.
Did he do a live blog from Hooters?
He should have.
He should have live blogged it.
The post, like just putting filters on Joe Biden and making fun of him is a
That's
hilarious
fucking
way to
good
cover
idea.
that as a presidential candidate.
It's a good idea.
It's fucking hilarious.
You throw a filter on there? Dude, how does he have a better... I guess he was president, but he's got a better social team than whatever this was.
I don't even know. Like Trump is just good at posting, like to
poster.
make people just get excited.
Real posters now.
Yep, I'm a real poster.
Man, we're going to be talking about this for the next few weeks, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm glued to it. I can't stop thinking about it. Like I didn't even want to wait for a touching based episode to talk about it because like it's so present.
We're going to get an AI video, right? Like a clearly AI video of
Dude,
her.
They need to do a video of I saw someone say like she needs to do that thing that people do when they're like on Reddit doing an AMA where it's like, I'm Anthony Bourdain and this is my username. I'm doing an AMA right now.
Yeah, you gotta
like we need
verify.
that with her.
You need two-step verification with her.
I need live video of her with like a commoner eyewitness saying, no, I'm here right now. This is all legit. I might need to be the commoner in order to actually believe that it's real.
What if she shows up at a rugby match? Or what's the next big Champions League?
Oh yeah, I don't know. There's something. I think we might have an international break soon.
Get her there. Maybe Arsenal.
Yeah, if she shows up at a footy match, I'd be fine with that. I think William's a West Ham fan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he is at least. The Royals all have different teams, and I think that's orchestrated.
I'm a Ham Check fan.
Johnny Hamtramck
Johnny Ham
got
Check.
that 6.5 foot chains.
The last 5, Will was in a sweat lodge, missing out on some real.
I know you guys are making references that are
wild
so over my head.
content.
You missed us doing a bunch of Trump impressions too. So
Yeah, we might have
Trump in
lost some
traffic.
listeners last week. My bad. Just bad. It was just bad Trump impressions. No one's doing that.
The
in
worst.
2024.
I'm not good at Trump. I need to workshop that in the car.
It's Dylan. Dylan's a bad influence.
Let's hear from our friends at Naked Wines. So many times I walk into the store, I go to the wine section, and I see like 2 bottles of wine that I've had before, and I'm like, I could buy those, I guess. I don't even know if they're good in the first place, but I'm just gonna go look for a vibey looking bottle and buy that. And usually I get home and I'm like, why did I just spend all this money on this vibey bottle when I didn't know anything about the wine? But it's just an annoying thing. But luckily, today's podcast is sponsored by our friends over at Naked Wines. Naked Wines is a subscription service that seamlessly connects you to the finest independent winemakers on the planet, so you get a box of the market's best quality wines however often you'd like them for a fraction of the price. They connect with winemakers and wine drinkers directly, allowing for their vineyard to deliver right to your door at up to 60% off what you would pay in store. That's pretty darn good. Dylan got a box of about 1 million wines from them and didn't share them with us. But
he
luckily,
did.
Dave and I are subscribed at this point. We are getting boxes of wine, and I'm very happy with the results here.
I've got a little tiny wine fridge. It holds like 6 or 7 bottles, just loaded down with reds.
I'm so jealous. With this subscription, I need a wine fridge now.
You got to get one. They're relatively cheap, and they're calling me Little Pinot around the neighborhood now.
Mhm.
Just loaded down with the Pinots,
Mhm.
Andy.
Mhm.
You down with that?
I'm down with that, man.
Good.
It's just great stuff. They've been around for 10 years and they fund over 90 independent winemakers with no commitments or membership fees. You can enjoy Naked Wines hassle-free. And the best part, every bottle is a passion project from an independent winemaker. So you're literally making an independent winemaker's dream come true with every sip. Head over to nakedwines.com/steam and click enter voucher in the top right when you get to the website. And then you put in Steam for both the code and the password to get 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99 with shipping included. It's $100 off and less than $7 a bottle. Again, that's nakedwines.com/steam and use code and password STEAM to get 6 bottles for just $39.99. One last time, nakedwines.com/steam, code and password STEAM for $100 off your first 6 bottles. These guys, I need to roll with this dangerous crew, dude. These are the guys you're investing against, Dave.
I don't think you want to be with these guys.
Dude, but these guys are the ones you're investing against. These
I
guys are the
know.
ops, dude, and they're
These
just
are-
stacking paper.
These are dudes you just want a Zoom call with. I don't think I ever want to like be around them. Okay,
Can I ask a dumb question?
please.
So at all Nick, ALLNICK, posted a tweet this weekend or a zeet from a boat. Not only is his face just mega punchable, and I don't feel bad saying that because his personality has turned out to be too, but like he used an all-time caption that I kind of want to use for just a squad shot. We need to go on a bachelor party soon so that we can just post a photo that says this is who you're trading against.
Well, maybe if we had somebody who maybe was already married but never had a bachelor party, we could make that happen.
A
Maybe.
lot of chatter about that this weekend.
Well,
A lot of chatter.
well,
They're on a yacht, and they just get called out very quickly for numerous things, but mainly the person who pointed out that they have the waiver just sitting on the counter of the yacht.
yeah. There's a clipboard with the signature page of the liability waiver that clearly is for this yacht because it's a rental. The picture of 4 guys who were really, really into crypto, NFTs, things of that nature, and are probably flying pretty high right now because of Bitcoin. I imagine that has
yeah.
a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And think about like the worst part of that whole scene, and that's what you have here. That's what NFT Nick appears to be. And he does have a newsletter though.
I've never owned a boat in my life. I've been told that the best days of your life are when you buy a boat and when you sell a boat.
That's true. That's what they tell you.
Hey, bust out another 1,000.
Oh, I have never had a friend have me sign a waiver upon getting on there. I've never had a friend have a clipboard on their boat for anything.
Maybe they're just non-disclosures.
Yeah, maybe they're
'Cause
doing some trading on the boat that I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar with.
That's just for the crew. It's like to keep the crew quiet. Like, hey, some shit's about to go down. I don't want you sharing trade secrets.
I love to do this. Just getting roasted for bringing shoes or wearing socks on the boat. Like I'm on Emrata's side at this point, where I'm wearing socks pretty much everywhere. But I'm not wearing socks to the boat. I'm not going to crumple up my socks and shove them
No.
in my shoes on a boat.
No, that's a bad look. It's almost like that dude wasn't prepared for boat day. Like he thought they were just going to go to brunch.
Like, well, now they've just been called out like a million different times, and he's now taken to his timeline in order to make sure that people know that, like, no, dude, he's a legit trader. Do we have any of the videos for him?
I got 2 of them. I don't even know which one's first, so I'm just gonna.
Just
play-
can't go wrong.
Yeah, there's no
shout out to
order.
the Twitter
We're not on a
people praying for
timeline
my
here.
downfall while saying my champagne ain't real. Keep questioning my life while you cry into your TV dinner, and my chauffeur brings me to $3,000 high tea service at Baccarat. Choose rich.
Are you choosing rich, Dave?
Oh man, you're putting me in a tough spot because I don't want to choose not rich.
Can you imagine going to a $3,000 tea at Baccarat, dude?
You're gonna have to help me out. Is that something we could do in New York City?
I don't know. Yeah, now do we need to spend $3,000? Do we need to ask St. Jude for some money back so we can go to a $3,000 tea?
Probably. Do you want to watch the second one too?
Yes, I do. He got called out. Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
cheers to all the Twitter haters who said I don't own my Miami house. I'll have you know I had the staff load up my jet so I could fly out here to my New York City penthouse pied-à-terre. Anyways, while you're click-clacking on Twitter from your mom's basement,
Right.
I'll be sitting here sipping from my $5,000 bottle of champagne. Remember, choose rich.
Okay. The best thing about this is the readers have added context. There's community notes. And that context is the bottle Nick is holding does not cost $5,000 and is in fact a bottle of Tottinger champagne that costs less than $85.
Not a bad champagne.
No.
I'm not gonna say negative things about people drinking that.
You drink $80 champagne, that's fine with me.
Oh yeah,
Good
dude.
for
Like
you.
the best tasting champagne I ever had was I had a glass of like Dom one time. That's like I think $200, and I was like, damn, that's really incredible. But I don't think I need that. I'm good with the sub 80 stuff.
I do love a good like tasteful community notes.
Oh, dude, a community note bodying of someone like this is so good.
And it's his pinned tweet.
If he's got a staff that's loading up his $5,000 champagne, why do you not have champagne glasses? Also, why does your champagne look like that? That just looks like shitty white wine.
Yeah, that didn't look right.
There's no bubbles in there. Like I don't see any bubbles happening.
So this guy is he's a content guy now. I don't know if he's always been, but he's pivoted. He knows like he's got a good following and he has a newsletter, which that's like kind of a theme now. All these guys, Bottle Night guy, shout out to Colin Rutherford. He's got a newsletter too. Comes out every Tuesday. Did you sign Brett
I
up?
have yet to sign Brett up for it, but
You had
I
one
need to
job
sign up
last
for
Sign
week.
Brett up,
Sign
dude.
him fucking up.
Sign Brett up.
Hey, all right, we'll sign him up for this one too.
Yeah, get him on this
It's the
one.
nifty.
Yeah.
Sign Brett up for both. I want Brett's inbox just
Dude,
flooded
these
with
guys are flying
tips.
too close to the sun when it comes to Bitcoin soaring right now.
I just
They
gotta-
have diamond hands though.
I'm just gonna put the I put that out there to the thing. I will sign Brett up for newsletters. I don't want the backers doing that. 'Cause
No,
we
don't do
need
that.
his email completely by
Don't
all
do
these
that.
newsletters. We need him actually doing work.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You should
is-
sign him up though.
Damn, it is true, but it is kind of funny if he's just getting smoked every morning.
He's just
comes
getting
in.
like 10,000 emails when he's trying to figure out like what ad deals we're actually supposed to be doing.
I can't believe people like this still exist. Like I truly can't believe that like the self-awareness has not reached these guys to be like, oh, we probably shouldn't be this douchey about like investing in stuff. Dude, I'm Jordan. I'm like a modern day Jordan Belfort.
This guy is the Wolf of Wall Street.
Is there a more opposite guy than Timo to this guy? Like Timo's all about that hustle mentality, but they approach it in such different ways.
Talking about our Timo?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah,
A
Timo's
crazy event. You know what though? The new American Psycho. We never really talked about how like crypto would fall into. that.
Yeah. I don't want NFTs to be a part of like American Psycho. Do you think American Psycho, like, you know, like they'd have to if they did the new American Psycho, they'd have to recreate the scene where he's playing the music.
Yeah, yeah.
How is he playing that music in 2024?
BTS.
You think it's just Bluetooth technology?
It's Sonos, right? Like, and we're gonna have to assume that his Sonos works.
Is he playing it on? Is he just like queuing up his phone and being like, "Listen to this"? Is he like Are they going to clue into the new vinyl fad that's been upticked?
Could be voice activated.
Okay, he hits him with some like AI Siri thing.
Uh huh.
And it's
Or maybe
the
he's a DJ and he plays his stuff.
Oh, I like that too.
and it has like visuals on like a smart TV or something like that.
hmm Maybe he just puts Vision Pros on some naked chicks and just plays like something in front of him.
Yeah, I am. I'm now following Nick.
Yeah, Nick
Okay.
is he's got the temporary follow. I will follow him until he's out of the news cycle and out of my algorithm. He's much like Nick Adams in that respect for me.
Yeah, this will probably last a couple weeks, but I'm gonna give him a chance. He's a content guy. I got to give him that. I wonder when like he decided like this trading stuff. This isn't gonna be enough. I need to pivot to a little bit of content.
I want my traders to be dogs that just like don't take their head up from their computer.
Yeah,
I want them to be psychos who have like 3 commas in their bank account but don't really think about it. Like they don't realize like they're too into the game.
I will say when he's called out the haters who are click-clacking on Twitter,
That's us.
I kind of felt that.
Yeah,
But I'm not in my mom's basement, famously because we don't have basements in Dallas.
it's true.
But I am here in the office click-clacking on Twitter.
We're click-clacking on the pod.
I'm on Twitter right now.
Nick, if you want to come on and speak your case here, I will give you a platform.
So Dylan's not going to be aware of this.
No.
So should we just try to get this guy on and just have Dylan like we should just totally set up Dylan to
We
where
should-
it's somehow him and this guy going back and forth and Dylan's just like what
Why don't we
what?
tell him I met a crypto guy on vacation? And I was like, dude, he'd be a really good podcast guest. This guy's like an actual Jordan Belfort type.
Okay.
Like he's the most Jordan Belfort guy we could get.
Dylan would not like this.
I don't think you would.
Dylan would not like
don't
this
think he
guy
would.
at all.
This still just reminds me of the time you wanted to get that substitute teacher that karaoke'd, and you just wanted him to do a karaoke right next to Dylan on the podcast.
Wait, which sub? What did he sing?
I think it was like "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
Yeah, he got fired because
Mhm.
he would just bring his little karaoke machine and sing talks. He was just performing in front of the class. No, we tried to make that happen. It was a little bit difficult, but we were just going to have him sit next to Dylan and not tell Dylan that he was just going to do karaoke.
See,
While seated next to him.
that's why I don't think Dylan would have been able to loosen up once the singing started in the sweat lodge.
No,
I think he would have struggled with that.
no, that's not Dylan's scene.
Had Sally not started singing before me, I don't think I would have started singing because I would have gotten nervous. Abuelitas.
How do you think your voice performed?
I could hear it. They were singing at a higher pitch than what I'm used to, and so there were certain times where I was singing, but no volume was coming out because I was trying to go too high,
Yeah.
and so it just wasn't totally working.
What if I would like to be in there and just try out different voices. Like just try out different, you've got your Fallout Boy voice. Maybe go Frankie Valli, really try to take it up a notch. And you kind of interrupt the ceremony. They're like, hey, are you doing Randy
Yeah,
Travis?
why are you doing a bit right now?
With like how many different we get it, you have some range. This is weird. Why don't you just do your voice? And you're like, I don't know what my voice is. I do too many other voices to now I don't have one.
At one point, we had to say why we were there. Like, what do you want to get out of this?
Your intention.
Yeah, I had to state my intentions, and I stated my intention, and we moved on to Sally, and then Sally stated her intentions, and I sat there, and I was like, man, this shaman thinks I'm a total dumbass. Like, I gave such a terrible intention versus Sally.
You're just like
Embarrassing.
Gonna be real. I'm kind of just trying. My intention is to not die. Yeah, because I did have some toddies last night.
When I left the ceremony, I shook the shaman's hand and I said, "I'm who you're trading against.
Oh,
Just know that.
yeah.
Just know that."
You think Nick's ever been in front of a shaman?
No,
he needs to.
no, he does not believe in shamans.
He is the shaman.
Mhm.
He's the NFT shaman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't. You're right. That's a great point. He does not have a champagne glass.
No, if you have if you're drinking $5,000 champagne, you don't drink it out of a wine glass at that with that many ounces in it, right? I don't know.
No,
I'm not a champagne guy.
I'm not either, but I've had enough to know that that's not how it's consumed.
It famously goes through me.
Unless it's bottle night, then you just drink it right from the bottle.
Yeah.
But no phones and no TV, so I don't know. It's just tough.
He's doing a solo bottle night with the boys. Let's hear from our friends over at Aura Frames. Here's a simple but meaningful gift for your mom or grandparent who lives across the country. A digital picture frame from Aura. It's perfect for sharing pics of all the things that they can't be there for, from family vacations to their grandkids' graduation. I absolutely love my Aura frame. I have one in our kitchen, and whenever I'm in there, I look at it. It's always changing the photos. It always reminds me of photos that I kind of forgot we put in there, and they pair the photos so nicely together. Everyone's shooting portrait style these days. No one's going this way.
Mhm.
It pairs the photos up so nicely, so you're just looking at just beautiful vignettes at all times. It's high resolution. It makes the photos honestly pop a lot more than they do on your phone. It's a beautiful thing.
It's probably the best gift I've gotten my parents in a long, long time. We got them one for Christmas last year, and they love it.
We got some into the office, and after we had all plugged them in and loaded up our photos, it was kind of like a jockey, and they're like, "Who's gonna take these other ones?
Mhm.
Kind of want to do one."
I still want one sitting right here or somewhere, maybe behind us, that's just going through random memes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That'd be funny.
It's a great product. Like we said, it's great for the people that can't be in your life every day. You can load up the photos really, really easily so that they can just get a little surprise when they're in their kitchen or wherever they are in their house. And it's just cool. My parents are not around my grandkids enough or my kids enough. And something like this just makes it feel like you're getting more updates. Parents feel bad hitting you up for updates all the time. They just want it fed to them. And it comes with unlimited storage and simple controls on the frame, so you can upload as many photos as you want. And you can have your mom pick the perfect one. It's real sweet. See why it was named the #1 digital frame by Wirecutter, The Strategist, and Wired. Those are all sites that I actually go to just to make sure that I am buying something good. I trust them. And right now, you can save on the perfect gift that keeps on giving by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $20 off their best-selling frame with code CIRCLING. That's AURA Frames. AURAFrames.com. Promo code CIRCLING. Terms and conditions do apply.
Well, we've got breaking news.
Mhm.
Randy, I just sent you something. There's a video that just hit my timeline. It's from NFT Nick. He just posted. And I think we might need to just check it out. No screens. Tweet here says, "Good morning to the haters from my private movie theater."
Takes a while to load.
It takes a while.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I
yeah,
download
yeah,
all these.
yeah, yeah,
beforehand
yeah.
because
Okay.
Google Chrome is up.
You're just
pretty
tanking the
bad.
You tried
vibes today.
rebooting?
I'm telling you, that's what we need. We need an upgrade in here because this Google Chrome, my guy. All right, here we go. You ready? Here we go. All right.
Good morning, haters. Yo, so y'all trying to say that my chauffeur is an Uber driver? Y'all keep hating while I kick off my week screening Scarface from my private movie theater in my New York City pied-à-terre. Remember, choose rich.
Okay, Nick.
Zooms in.
Scarface.
Has the Nick thing already died? Like, I'm gonna unfollow Nick now. That's
Scarface.
enough.
Why? Like, of course. Like, he was like, no. Wolf of Wall Street's too on the nose. Let's do Scarface.
Was it you? Was it you and me talking about how we need to watch Scarface?
I would love to rewatch Scarface. I was the kid. I was one of those try-hard kids that got really into Scarface and started watching it.
Good movie.
And like, I think I watched it enough times back then that rewatching it now would be very nostalgic and fun.
I haven't watched it in a few years.
The famous chainsaw scene that happened in some like Miami apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like a CVS.
That's depressing.
Mm-hmm.
NF Confession. Never seen it.
It's long.
Did you even go to college?
I don't even like. Were you even in a frat? You have paper hands.
I went to college significantly after you guys did, though, so it wasn't that big of a thing. Wolf of Wall Street came out when I was in college.
I put a flag up in Fritz's room this weekend. Pretty frat.
Okay.
It's a flag of a lobster.
Sick.
It's navy blue, and the lobster is obviously red.
Mhm.
And he thinks it's a Spider-Man logo.
I could see that.
It looks like a Spider-Man logo, and so he got obsessed with it. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna hang this above your bed.
What is it?
It's a lobster.
But like, just a lobster
It's
flag?
just a lobster on a flag.
That's sick.
My dad had flags made when we were born. My sister has one that says Betsy's house. I have one that says Will's house, and then we had a lobster one. When my parents would do like New Year's Eve dinner or 4th of July, they would always do lobster, and so they'd hang the lobster flag.
Wait, did y'all have a flagpole?
And we had flags on the front of the house, like that would stick out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking about
Oh.
getting a flagpole.
Kind of like that.
I kind of want a flag thing for the front of our place.
So we had like we never had a flagpole, but the Chamber of Commerce or whatever, my parents, like they would come by on like holidays and put the flag up,
Okay.
like the American flag. And then they would come take it down. That was kind of part of the thing. I think it was the Chamber of Commerce. Whatever. Flags are dope. I like that. I think you need one.
Well, all the homies dropped me some power drill Rex yesterday and on Twitter. I'm in the market.
Oh yeah, what's your project?
I just have to hang a lot of stuff, and I always have to borrow someone's drill, so it's just time.
Okay.
I've got to hang some curtains. Not going to screw those into the wall. I
Um,
think I'm going Milwaukee.
I think that's the move. That seems to be the one now.
Everyone's talking Milwaukee. Big game. Big
is
game.
that the one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you talked to Dylan about this?
See, that's the thing. I'm gonna take him out of the game.
He's gonna be upset that you didn't consult him.
But every time I ask him for his drill, I always keep it for like 6 months, and then I have to give it back.
I had to get on my roof last week. I did not disclose this publicly, but squirrels got into the siding on my chimney and tore it up, but weirdly didn't get into my home.
Why didn't you get the chimney sweep to do it?
He's the last person that was up there, and I don't know how they didn't get in, but there was like a giant chunk of our. We had to put we didn't do the entire thing, but we patched it up. Me and my neighbor. Shout out to Wes. So if you drove by my place, I was just on the roof, and I'd never been up there, and it was just kind of dope being on the roof. I'm like, oh, yeah,
Hey,
I'm on the roof.
Can you write a washed weekly column about how to be friends with your neighbors, or at least how to make them respect you? Because none of my neighbors even like look our way.
What's up with that?
I don't know, dude.
You know what? I've met 90% of my neighbors via dog.
Yeah,
It's all dog interaction.
yeah. I gotta slow walk Rosie by their places when they're outside and be like, "Oh, hey, good to see you."
Does Rosie do well on a leash?
She has to, dude. She's never had the yard until now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk Oscars real quick?
Buddy, I can talk some Oscars. I didn't plan on watching it, but I did.
See, you've seen way more movies that are nominated for things than me, as I don't think I've seen like hardly any. It's embarrassing how little I watch movies these days. I don't go to the movie theater. I just watch. I know all these movies and I'm aware of all of them, but I just was like, I don't think I can like sit down and since our TV broke, which was just really great to come back from vacation to. I knew that I was gonna have to watch this in bed, and if I watch something in bed, I will fall asleep within an hour.
You and Dylan.
Yep, it's just not happening for me. I guess I feel like I could have guessed a lot of the winners just based on the hype.
Things were trending Oppenheimer, and that was the big winner. Cillian Murphy, Best Actor. Best Picture, Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan, Best Director.
I have nothing but respect for Ryan Gosling.
That was the highlight.
He is so good at everything he does.
Did you tweet, Ryan Gosling, you just won the Oscars, sir?
I don't think that anyone actually knew that he was doing a nod to the Marilyn Monroe performance. Like, I don't think that many people actually knew. And I think once like one person found out, everyone's like, oh, what a great nod.
No, I didn't. I definitely did not pick up on that. I was just thinking, oh, okay, maybe I need to see Barbie because this was good. If this is his character and this is the kind of humor his character is doing, I could get with this.
Barbie is the #1 movie from last year that I need to see. Number 2, and this is in order, is Oppenheimer. And then for me, number 3 is going to be Killers of the Flower Moon. I need to watch all of them. Anyone but you should have got it though. Did you I know Dylan's not here, so he couldn't talk about it, but he wanted to talk about Sydney Sweeney wearing Angelina Jolie's dress. And then Randy, you said like that Sydney Sweeney looked beautiful, but she's not as hot as Angelina Jolie was in it, so like she's not that hot, right?
Not a big Angelina Jolie guy either.
You said that you could go down to Rainey at any moment of any day, and you could find 100 girls who look hotter than Sydney Sweeney.
Never.
Dude,
said
why are
that.
you just always down
I'm not-
talking? It's
not
really
even-
disrespectful.
not
She
even-
didn't do anything to
You
you.
don't like seeing her win?
I'm not going to Rainy anytime soon. You think I'm gonna want to get ripped?
There's a section of
good
Twitter
point.
that's like angry that Sydney Sweeney's allegedly bringing back large busts. And there's a community on Twitter that's like just women being like, nah, she doesn't even have heavies. Like if you want to see heavies, like come over to my profile.
There is
Oh.
a movement saying that you need to buy stocks and breasts and sell your butt stocks.
I'm not selling my butt stocks.
Well,
No.
People are really happy with like the upsurge in like uptick in breast content on the TL.
Look, we stand women of all shapes and sizes.
With how much there's been talk about just this kind of stuff, like I've never been more positive that Trump will be president again.
Because the heavies?
Yeah, if the heavies are back, he's gonna claim that at a debate at some point about how he made America great again. We got Sydney Sweeney.
We brought the heavies back. We
Yep.
did.
Yep.
They brought the heavies back, Randy. Yeah, she wasn't nominated for anything, but she was there. I guess she was there, right?
Yeah, you gotta get her. I mean,
the controversy, and like I saw 2 movies. I saw 2 of them. I saw Oppenheimer, which I liked, and I saw Killers of the Flower Moon, which I liked. I like. They're very different movies. I'm a Scorsese guy. I'm a Marty guy, but I'm also a Christopher Nolan guy. I enjoyed Killers a little bit more.
are you aware of how many Oscars Scorsese has won for Best Director?
Like not many. One.
One single one.
Departed, right?
Yeah. I love Martin Scorsese movies. I
Mhm.
haven't watched his last couple because they've been long as fuck.
Sure.
But he's probably on the Mount Rushmore of directors from our generation, from the generation before us. Like it just seems like maybe he should be winning a couple more here.
People say there's some kind of grudge against him. I don't know. I've never heard a bad thing like he's difficult to work with or
If he was difficult to work with, he wouldn't have all the dogs that are just working for him at all times.
Agree.
You get De Niro and Leo regularly, you're a dog.
The big disappointment for me was Lily Gladstone, and not just me, a lot of people. She was the favorite. Emma Stone gets it for Poor Things. I've been told that's a great movie.
Do you think they
She's
messed
good
up
in it.
reading the thing and they said Emma Stone instead of Gladstone?
That's well, there's that controversy with Marissa Tomei back in the day.
I did love Al Pacino's presentation of
Loved
Best Picture. It's just incredible.
It's
Such an
so
old
good.
man move.
People were upset, like, oh, maybe we need to be funny. No, we don't. Let's run Al Pacino out there because if you know what, people are talking about it today, and it's Al Pacino.
But he just skipped over the nominees and just went straight to the envelope.
Yeah, he just goes, and my eyes are seeing Oppenheimer. And people are like, Okay, I don't know why it took people so long. He just said what he saw.
Because all the
That's the
Oppenheimer
winner.
people probably were like, is he telling us to come up there?
Yeah,
I won an award. I won an
You put
award one
Pacino
time.
out, that's what you're gonna get.
Dude, I won an award one time, and in high school, my senior year of high school. Yeah, and I did the little sass like me. The teacher called me out and said like, "Oh, Will won this," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And I didn't know whether or not I was supposed to go up and accept the award. And the teacher gave me one of these, like, "Oh, like he did a great job on this." And gave me this weird motion as if like maybe I should walk up. I stood up and started like kind of walking toward him. And then someone was like, "Sit down. We're not giving you an award right now."
Okay.
Like, okay, cool. I feel like a dipshit right now.
Then your pit stains kicked in.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, that's hell.
I'm glad I won the graphic design award of Harbor Springs High School.
I got most improved player on the golf team junior year, which kind of feels like a throw. Like you just give him something.
I got most improved on the soccer team my junior year.
Yeah.
And it was just because I joined the soccer team my junior year.
Okay. So,
And
yeah.
I was a surprise starter on the soccer team because I
good.
played leading up to it. I just wasn't on the team. And I got most improved. And I was like, I didn't even improve that much. I was just
Yeah.
always able to start, I think.
Mhm. Yeah. Oof. That one,
It's a
look at
pat on the
that
head
one.
award.
It
Like,
is,
good job.
it
You
is. It's
you
like,
tried
we gotta
hard.
give you something. Thanks for showing up.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, Emma Stone, I'm sure she was great. Lily Gladstone in Killers was one of my favorite performances. So I was mad. I almost tweeted about it. I was stomping my feet, pacing around like can't believe this.
I think I'm going to do a posthumous rewatch of all these movies. I'm going to just watch them after the Oscars. I'm going to maybe prioritize Oppenheimer now that I know it's up in that GOAT category.
I thought Oppenheimer was good. I think it was okay.
Can I say something lame? I kind of want to watch Oppenheimer on like a Vision Pro. I want to rent a Vision Pro just to watch
Can you rent
Oppenheimer.
those?
That'd be if you could rent one, I would absolutely rent it
Look that
run to
up.
watch that.
What, Randy? Why are you laughing? Why are you smirking? Oh, let me
It's
guess.
just-
You already got one.
It's just so 2024.
No, but if I can't see it in so the only way that I could see it in theaters in Austin was when they like re-released it and it was all sold out. And now I don't want to just watch it on like my lame ass TV. I want to be fully submerged into this.
Why don't you go in your home movie theater in your New York apartment?
Yeah. Go to Bacharach later.
$3,000 tease at Bacharach.
I'm gonna watch what's the Sweeney rom-com that you watched?
Anyone but you, dude.
I want to watch that on the Vision Eye Pro or whatever. What's
I-
it called?
Anyone that
Vision
didn't like
Quest?
that movie had way too high of expectations for a movie starring Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell about people that hate each other in Australia.
I'm gonna wait till my family leaves town. I'm gonna watch it on that.
You're throwing Sweeney on the goon goggles?
What?
You're throwing Sweeney on the goon
The
goggles.
fuck's this guy talking about?
Yeah, Alyssa's like, why do you have a rental from an Apple store for $120
They
for the
s-
weekend that I was out of
It
town?
wasn't me. They sent it to the company. We all
Yeah.
have our day.
Yeah.
Mine just fell on this particular day when I'm home alone.
I need to go try one. I might just go to the Apple store sometime and just go vibe. Do they have one you can
Can we
just try
go? Just
there?
go to Barton Creek.
I
Mall?
don't know. I want to try one. Like, I think I've been told they're incredible.
Let's go do it.
Can we rent a movie while we do it?
Lily Gladstone robbed. That's all I'm saying.
It's Dave's Oscars. Should we get out of here? You have any vibes you want to tank before we leave, Randy?
Yeah, if you were watching the YouTube premiere, give me another thumbs up. Thanks, guys.
Wow, good enthusiasm for producer Randy.
Electric stuff. We'll see you guys later.